There are so many great ones, we just had to make another list.
Ask me, Gabriel.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for another top 10 movie marriage proposals. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at some more romantic proposals that lit up the big screen history. Number 10, Grow Old With You, The Wedding Singer.
I wanna make you smile whenever you're sad, carry you around when your arthritis is bad.
What better way to show your love than with a mid-flight serenade? Adam Sandler shows us his softer side as wedding singer Robbie in this classic 80s throwback, as he falls for the equally sweet waitress Julia, played by Drew Barrymore.
I'll miss you, kiss you, give you my coat when you are cold.
When Julia boards a plane to reluctantly marry her awful fiancé Glenn, Robbie puts together an impromptu performance with the help of a few sympathetic passengers. While he never officially pops the question, it's clear from the lyrics of Robbie's song and the tears in Julia's eyes that they're pretty much engaged at that point. And the next scene is the happy couple walking down the aisle. Number 9, As We Are, Jane Eyre.
I offer you my hand, my heart.
Charlotte Bronte's 1847 novel Jane Eyre is one of the most highly regarded works of English literature in history, and also contains a unique and heartrending romantic storyline. This classic tale has been retold on screen countless times, but the 2011 film starring Mia Wasikowska and Michael Fassbender as Jane and Mr. Rochester perfectly adapts the book's proposal scene.
You are my equal and my likeness. Will you marry me?
The script takes many lines from the book word for word, including Rochester's monologue about the string in his chest binding him to Jane.
I have a strange feeling with regard to you. As if I had a string somewhere under my left ribs, tightly knotted to a similar string in you.
Their love story may not be a conventional one, but it's certainly one for the ages, building up to an unforgettable proposal.
You love me.
I do.
Then I will marry you.
Number 8, The Perfect Proposal, About Time.
Romantic music. Guy with important question. Are you on your knees?
This underrated film from the director of Love Actually tells the story of a young man who learns that he has the ability to travel through time, or at least through his own lifetime. That means he can fix mistakes that he's made by going back and reliving moments again.
Will you marry me? Any thoughts on the answer?
Tim, played by Domhnall Gleeson, uses this power to make sure his proposal to the woman of his dreams, Mary, is just right, though their ensuing wedding is practically perfect in just how terribly it goes.
I think I'll go for... yes.
Number 7, A Predestined Proposal, The Time Traveler's Wife.
I never wanted to have anything in my life that I couldn't stand losing.
Audrey Niffenegger's hit novel, The Time Traveler's Wife, features one of the most bittersweet love stories we've ever read. When we found out it was being turned into a movie, we knew it was going to be a tearjerker. The story is about a man, Henry, who unwillingly time travels, and his relationship with the woman who will eventually become his wife.
Will you marry me?
Henry sweetly slips a diamond ring onto her finger, and her initial reaction is to blurt out, no, just to prove that she even can, though her life is already predestined.
No. I didn't mean that. I just wanted to try it.
Number 6, Happily Ever After, Ever After.
Perhaps you would be so kind as to help me find the owner of this rather remarkable shoe.
This creative retelling of the well-worn Cinderella story is one of our favorite 90s romances, featuring one of our favorite movie proposals. Drew Barrymore plays Danielle in Ever After, and takes on the role of a real-world Cinderella.
But I would feel like a king if you, Danielle de Barbevac, would be my wife.
This proposal is great Because at this point in the story, Danielle thinks that she's disappointed her prince by hiding her real identity from him. So she's just as surprised as the audience when he gets down on one knee and tenderly places her shoe on her foot, asking for her hand in marriage. Number 5. Ring Pop, Deadpool.
Wade, there's something I've been meaning to ask you, but only because you haven't gotten around to asking me.
This movie stands out on our list for not being a conventionally romantic movie, and definitely not being a conventional proposal. 2016's Deadpool is above all else an action film, but behind all the witty jokes and special effects is a simple romance between Wade and Vanessa.
Will you, stick it
Marry
in
me?
Jinx?
These two are far from sappy, so we could have guessed that there wouldn't be a standard scene where someone gets down on one knee with a diamond ring. The alternative is laugh out loud funny, and definitely not PG.
I love you, Wade Wilson.
You're supposed to, so that's a—
Yes! Woo! Yes! Number 4, Imperfect Perfections, Emma.
Marry me?
Jane Austen adaptations abound in cinema and television, and while the Pride and Prejudice proposal scene may be more well known, it was listed as number 1 on our original list. There's something magical about the sweet simplicity of this scene from Emma. Gwyneth Paltrow plays the titular character, who is a proud matchmaker that spends much of the story arranging love connections for those around her.
Maybe it is our imperfections which make us so perfect for one another.
It takes her until the end of the movie to realize who it is that she wants to be with, but when she does, the timing is just right.
Marry me, my wonderful, darling friend.
Number 3, Open Me, Serendipity. Most of the proposals on our list take place between a film's 2 romantic leads, but even though this one features the other guy, it's so cute that it had to have a place. Sarah and Jonathan are meant to be together, but while fate is keeping them apart, Sarah has a relationship with Lars, a new age musician. While his character is pretty cringeworthy for much of the film, he manages to surprise Sarah with a proposal that anyone would be jealous of.
You gotta say yes first.
Even though they didn't end up together, we still think of this one fondly. Number 2, Mrs. O'Brady Callahan, Leap Year.
Mrs. O'Brady Callahan.
Even though Leap Year is a movie all about the concept of women having a chance to propose to men, it still manages to give us a traditional proposal at the end. After Anna travels around Ireland hoping to propose to her longtime boyfriend on Leap Day, she realizes that maybe they weren't meant to be together after all. She ultimately decides that she wants to be with Declan, the man who helped her while she was there.
I was getting something.
Really, that was a good time to go get something?
Well, yeah, it was actually. I was getting this.
She goes back to his pub to ask him to be together, and he doesn't give her an answer. He finds her later on, though, and offers her his mother's clatter ring and his hand in marriage.
What's it to be? Anna from Boston.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Will you marry me? I'd make a good husband, Jenny. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
What are you going to talk to me about?
I'm going to talk to you about whether or not you want to get married to me.
Number 1, Daffodils, Big Fish.
Daffodils.
They're your favorite flower.
2003's Big Fish is all about parsing the difference between fantasy and reality. So it goes without saying that the proposal in this film is the stuff of dreams.
Sandra Templeton, I love you and I will marry you!
Edward falls in love with a woman he barely knows, and proposes to her several times to no avail. After finding out that her favorite flowers are daffodils, he collects thousands and thousands of them, and places them all outside her house. This grand romantic gesture seals the deal, and convinces her to break off her engagement with her fiancé.
You don't even know me.
I'll have the rest of my life to find out.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.